Risk number two is the possibility of China overreacting to a number of triggers that could possibly take place. Those include the Trump China policy, conflict over Taiwan, South China Sea,
right.
North Korea, obviously. Do you think that interdependence between China and the United States could have a pacifying effect and kind of control the level of conflict that could take place?
It certainly should. I mean, let's put it this way. I am happy that the likeliest place of confrontation for Trump on becoming president is not a country like Russia or Iran, where you could imagine them really upsetting the apple cart, but as a country, because they're not as interdependent with the U.S., than a country like China, where the Chinese will be highly aware that they are. Now, let's keep in mind, Trump is an enormously unorthodox individual to be the president of the United States, and he has shown on multiple occasions and with appointments that he is prepared to give the Chinese the what for on strategic issues and economically. While China this year has a leadership transition, very big, every 5 years, the Party Congress in the fall. And so if there's ever a time when Xi Jinping must show strength in responding to a threat domestically or internationally, it's this year.
Right.
Now, that does mean that there's likely to be a level of confrontation between these two countries. We've seen a taste of it already in China's reactions, military and economic, to some of Trump's statements as president-elect.
Wouldn't it also be possible that Xi Jinping might want to especially avoid risk or conflict during this time?
Yes, he'd like to
could
avoid
go
it.
Either way, right?
He would like to avoid it unless he's pushed, and he's going to be pushed.
Do you think his leeway is wider?
No.
No.
I think his leeway is more limited. I think, in other words, that this is a time when Xi Jinping absolutely would not be looking to cause trouble with the U.S.
Sure.
But if trouble finds him, he's going to hit back hard.
It's going to be forced to.
Can't show weakness. And so, look, I think that there is a possibility that Trump gets himself in trouble. He raises a bunch of economic issues against the Chinese. He takes measures to hit Chinese companies, hit Chinese currency, that kind of thing. He gets aggravated on North Korea. The Chinese hit him back. There's a big market hit to both countries. And then Trump finds religion, recognizes, hey, this is a bad idea. And the Chinese are strong enough and mature enough after the leadership transition that they're prepared to reach out. Now, Trump is the kind of guy like Nixon that could actually make a move to China. You could actually see a G2 after a crisis. Longer term with Trump. It's possible. In other words, one of the interesting things about Trump.
The so-called condominium is not dead.
The variance of, the breadth of potential outcomes under Trump over the medium term is vastly greater than they would have been under Hillary.
Sure.
There's much more downside, but there's also surprising upside, right? But in the near term, 2017, which is what this report is about, clearly U.S.-China is going to be more poorly managed.
That's good.
And it's the most important bilateral relationship in the world. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.